topic, how to find your identity. Let me ask you this direct question. Have you ever lost yourself in trying to please anyone else? How did you find your way back?
Yeah, so possibly not. You know, in this life, right, opinions are what crafts a man's pathway in life, right? Can I start? I want to make a point. I just want to make a point to you. Yes. I'm not used to sitting down. I'm a public speaker, right? Now, you cannot come to life with empty hands. If you come to life with empty hands, you will fail. Alright? When they were talking about marriage on this stage, a lot of things was thrown around. I was just sitting down there. And there's this talk about what we bring to the table. There's something the Bible says. It says, if only in this life you have hope, you are of all men most miserable, right? So you cannot come to a relationship or to life with only your natural capabilities. What you can just naturally do. Because I can cook, I can clean, and I can give birth as a woman cannot be what you bring to the table. It means that you don't have an identity. It means that you don't know who you are. Because what it also means is that the ability of a man to impregnate you is what he brings to the table as well. So life and success in life in anything you do is an exchange of value. You must come to the table with value. Do you understand what I'm saying? You must approach, whether it's a friendship, whether it's a relationship, whether it's a business relationship or marriage, you must approach it at the level of value. You must have something to exchange. Because at every point in your life, what the demand of nature on you is what do you have in your hands? So when we talk about identity, you need to understand that you as you are, there is nobody else on this world like you. There is something that God has coded into your life that makes you stand out. So you must stand as a unique, separate, powerful individual. Because there is a code that is written in your life, in how you are, who you are, how tall you are, how you respond to situations that makes you stand out. You as a human being is a potentially powerful force that can change the course of your family, change the course of your life, and change the course of your community. I'm not a motivational speaker. Everything I'm telling you, I'm an embodiment of it. 2011, I went to Port Harcourt with only 2 luggages, a big bag and a shoebox, to my uncle's house. A few months later, he told me, you just came with 2 bags, go home. You cannot live in my house anymore. I can't tell you the story. But I told him I wasn't going anywhere. I was going to make sure that I put my imprint on that city. Most of you don't know me as public scholar. Where I speak is in Port Harcourt. I'm almost in Port Harcourt every section. But I left that city in 2019 and relocated back to Enugu to start TEDx. And I left with 4 cars and properties all over the country. Don't ever this out. Now, everything that you need to succeed is on your inside. Whether you succeed or you fail is in your hands. I don't have time, so I'll just finish this, sit down, answer the question for 5 minutes and leave you.
Exactly.
I'm going on, I'm taking medications, I'm not too well. Right? Everything you need to succeed in this life is in your hands. Whether you fail or whether you succeed is in your hands. Everything that you need to be who God has called you to be is already pumped on your inside. It is your decision to either live it as potential or build it as success. Are you hearing what I'm saying? So do not blame any external forces. It's not your village people, it's not your uncle, it's not the witch living in the next compound that is doing you. The only competition you have is yourself. You are the only competition that you have. You're not competing against your neighbor. You're not competing with your friend. You're not competing with your brother or your sister. You are competing with yourself. Because the ability to make it or not is rested on the collection of decisions you have made. Okay? So I'll tell you, whatever you do, expand your surface area of law. All the people who have succeeded, now there are two kinds of people who have succeeded. The one group is 1%, another group is 99%. 1% found their success by law. That's only 1% of the world's population that succeeded. The other 99% worked hard. They got by the thing of hard work. So Chidimma and Dangote were asked the same question. They asked them, what is the secret of your success? And they said, the harder I worked, the luckier I became. And there are beautiful marriages in this world. Mine is one. I'm an example. You know me and my wife. It's in your hands. It's in your hands. It depends on what you're looking for. If you're looking for a man that will sponsor your life, you're not looking for a husband. Chidimma said it. And some of us did not hear it. It's not about the rich man. It's not about the beautiful woman. All that and handsome will not give you a beautiful marriage. What will give you a beautiful marriage is your thinking, what do I want from this? And the ability to make the sacrifices for it. I'll say the final thing. Kill competition. Don't try to be anybody else. There's no time. Don't try to be anybody else. Define what your lane is. Define what your game is. Still on it, play it, and ride it till the wheels fall off. That's the only time you can succeed. That's the only time you can find who you are. Finally, ease is not your friend. Adversity is your friend. The biggest mistake in this life is that adversity, trouble comes to every man. Laura was talking. We all have our issues. I have my issues. My older brother is lying in the mortuary. He died sometime this year. I'm going to bury him in the next 2 weeks. I'm broken. We all have got issues. We all have got issues. But ease is your enemy and adversity is your friend. One of the reasons we lose ourselves is that when adversity comes to us, we try to run away from adversity. We try to run away very fast from adversity. But adversity is the oven on which your success is baked. All you need to do is to stay there. Learn the lessons. Change your practices that drew you into that adversity. And come out on the other side looking better, looking fresher, and becoming wiser. I'll say the two last things, and they are scriptures. Seest thou a man diligent in his ways? He will appear before king and not men. Another one says, the way of fools weary them, because they do not know the way to the city. You must know the way to the city. And finally, the man that failed is not the man that fell. The man that failed is the man that gave up.
This is serious. I love how you took it out of the whole question thing. Because this is one. Yes, some point needed to be made. I'm just going to ask one question from my end, and we'll take just 3, and we'll get back to question. Alright? So, my question is everybody into 2 form. One is, if you are stripped away from your job title, your social media handles, your achievements, who are you? That's the first part. The second one is, for someone struggling to find themselves right now, what would be the first step?
Now, if you're stripped away from everything, that's why I made this initial statement, right? I made this analogy to someone recently, and I said there are 2 kinds of people that want things in this life, right? Let's type it according to somebody, 2 people who want to get fruits from a tree. One person jumped up and got fruit. That person got a fast result. The second person took the pains and climbed into the tree. 2 of them, how many of you do you think that after 1 week will land with more fruits? The one that took the pain to climb millionaire in Europe was asked a question. They told him, if we strip you of all your millions, what will happen to you? He said, give me 6 months. I will make the million again. And this time I will make it over and over and over again.
Yes.
Because I followed the process. You said you were going to talk about process. Yes. I followed the process. Yes. See, Yahoo will not give you generational wealth.
True.
Runs will not give you wealth. You make money, you buy iPhone, you probably buy Benz. Yes. But in a few months' time, you will get back to where you used to be. We will buy your 15 million naira Benz for 2.5 million. Yes. I will buy it.
Distress sale.
Distress sale. You see it all over the place. Distress sale. They are selling iPhones, selling everything everywhere. There is no fast food process to success. There is no fast food process to finding who you are. Alright, so you must follow the process. We are cutting corners, people are buying results, people are sorting lecturers, people are, doing all manner of things to cut corners. But when you cut corners, eventually the corner will go around and meet you where you started. Alright? So if you're stripped of everything in this life, if you strip me of everything that I have now, my cars, my money, my businesses, everything, give me 6 months, I'll start bouncing back. And that's what I told my uncle at the time. I said, see, in this Port Harcourt, you will hear about me. In less than 2 months of leaving his house, he started hearing my name on the radio. He was the one that called me. In less than 9 months, I drove to his house in my under end of discussion 2005. It's silver color. He came out of the house. I said, Nedu, now. I said, I'm gonna still got the door. Alright? So if they strip you of everything that you have, if you have maintained who you are, if you have stayed in the process, you will bounce back, and you will bounce back better. Because you will start wiser than you were yesterday. You will start stronger than you were yesterday, and you will start fresher than you were yesterday.
And you will start with experience.
Exactly. What's the second question?
You've answered the
I've answered both of them.
So let's take, do we have any question? Let's take it fast. Alright, we have 2. Oh yeah, 3. Fast. Where is the man? Oh yeah, what did you wait for? What did you wait for? No, wait for it's not the question. Alright. Fast, please. Go straight to the point.
Just question.
My name is Afro Victor from Ibeh State.
Okay.
I use this video to greet everybody.
Questions.
My question is this.
Alright, please, let's do fast.
What are the process of finding one's identity?
Okay,
thank you.
Second one.
Hello, sir, you told us that you are not a motivational speaker. By me hearing what you are saying, automatically I can beat my chest and say that you are a motivational speaker. Yes. So the question now is, if somebody is already doing work, for instance, and many often people say think outside the box, and you can be able to say, okay, let me take this decision and relocate from here I'm living, maybe looking for a good greener pasture. What of when you get there, automatically what you are looking for you did not get, and the work that you abandoned you did not also get? What will be the next line of action? Thank you, sir.
Okay, the situation of Jabba Drama.
Alright.
Okay.
Please straight
First
to the point.
Questions only, sir.
Straight.
Alright, sir. You said that our success depends on inside us.
100%.
Okay. Foundation is very difficult. If you have made it, it will be easier for you to stand again. But to lay the foundation has to do with finance. What do you advise us if we have families and members who always make us to spend, that we cannot lay that foundation as it has to do with fund?
Okay.
Yeah, the first rule of life and success is self-preservation. If you enter a flight, they will tell you that when the oxygen mask drops and you're carrying a baby, that you need to fasten your oxygen mask first before you fasten that of the baby. If you have not started becoming successful, there's no way you're a beacon of help for other people. Alright? If you started making it, you can tell them, this is what I have started doing. When we were just went outside, somebody approached us and said, please, can you borrow me money? I want a phone. And I said, what do you have in your hand? He said, it's a phone. So why do you want another phone? And you can't afford it. He said, I have 50,000. I said, if you go to the market, there's phone of 50,000 second hand that you can buy. Stay at your lane. That's why I said, don't play catch up in another man's game. Alright? You have a lane. You must succeed first at your lane before you carry other people. Because you cannot have a 5-year-old carrying a 3-year-old. Both of them will fall to the ground. Alright? So concentrate on your game. Play your game, succeed. Then you can carry others. How do you find yourself? You are you. Don't try to be anybody else. The best you can be at anybody else is second best. But the best you can be at yourself is the best. Alright? That's why I say define what your game is and decide to play. Don't look around. Don't try to see what A is doing or what B is doing. If there are people ahead of you that are doing better than you, you can learn from them, but you cannot become them. You can actually become better than them. Do you understand what I'm saying? But you need to stay on your game. You need to decide what you came to do in this life. You need to discover it. That discovery is in your pairs of talents and in your pair of giftings. Those things that you can do easily without anybody looking. These times were very funny times. There are people who have made money from things that looked unnecessary and useless to the past generation. In the past generation, people that used to play football, they were considered useless. Musicians and actors were considered inflations. Right? But they stayed on it and they have proved to the whole world that some of the biggest billionaires you can ever see are people doing those things. So what are your gifts? What are your talents? What are the things that you desire to do naturally? You need to turn that passion, that gifting into profit. That's who you are.
Alright.
Okay, thank you.
Are we done? Did you answer your question?
Okay. So that question, your question it holds the same line. It's all about identity. If I try and I fail, what do? I need to try again. But like I said, the labor of fools weary them because they don't know the way to the city. The reason many people fail at the things they do is because they don't have enough knowledge and wisdom about it. So if you fail at something, you need to sit down and ask yourself, why did I fail at this thing? What did I do that I didn't do right? That is how you see somebody. He's a 1 million, he's at 1 million level today. Tomorrow he's at 5 million, 10, 15. He keeps growing it because he keeps asking himself, even if I succeeded in this thing, how do I make it better tomorrow? So if you fail, it's the same principle. If you fail at it, what did I do wrong? Do I have enough information? If I don't, let me get more information. If I can't do it all by myself, let me get partners to join me who know better, who have done it before, and then we can scale from there.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. A round of applause from Mr. Fetchy.
If you guys should give me, I gave him this thing at a very short notice and he came through. Did he come through?
Yeah, he did. He did.
Okay, thank you so much. Thank you so much, Mr. Fetchy. God bless you. And to those that are still around,